Okay, for our final day of watercolor, I just want you to have an opportunity to try some mixed media techniques. Watercolor is really cool for mixing with other things. I'm going to show you 3 things here. You can do other things in your own sketchbook or on your own paper. You really only need to show me 2, but these 3 are things we have in the room and a really common way to mix watercolor and other things. So over and under here really just means, over means I'm going to put the media over the watercolor, and under means I'm going to put the media under the watercolor. So I'm going to start with colored pencil, and colored pencil works really well with watercolor. I actually think it works best on top of watercolor, but it's oil based, like oil pastel, at least the colored pencils that we have. And what will happen is if you color really kind of dark or put a lot of layers of colored pencil, the watercolor will resist or not stick to the oil part. Same with oil pastel, you can use it underneath. It's really common to use white underneath to kind of give some effects. And then with ink, I'm really just putting it here because a lot of times people ask me, can you use ink under or do you put it on top? And the truth is, it's fine either way, and I just kind of want to show you what it looks like as long as the ink is dry in between. So over here, I'm putting the media on top, and actually I do think colored pencil works really well this way, but it doesn't work really great to draw different things. What it does well is kind of enhance the watercolor you have now. So I'm using blue to go over this blue sky to just give it kind of another layer, and it can add a depth of color or shadows and highlights. With oil pastels, they're going to be thicker and oily, of course, and just kind of more dramatic is kind of what a lot of people like to do if you like some sort of drawing on top of your piece. I'm also using a toothpick there to kind of add some texture. It's hard to see on the screen, but it might be something fun for you to play with, especially something like hair or grass. For ink, I'm going to add some sort of loose techniques if you remember when we went over sort of the tight and loose ideas. And I'm just thinking about like kind of putting blobs of where I'm going to want these things. And then I can use my pen to sort of tighten up the design or use some cross-hatching or other techniques that kind of give some definition to the blobs of color I just added. So today, try at least 2 techniques and then catch up on what you have or what you want to practice or what do you want to try again, what do you want to experiment with, and enjoy.